Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tristan and today I am doing a breakfast food challenge. Now this breakfast food challenge consists of 3 super thick waffles, 4 pieces of toast, 6 slices of bacon, and 4 scrambled eggs. And it may not look super big, but it actually is quite a bit of food. It's roughly 2,500 calories before adding anything else on top. And to help me get this all down, I do have some maple syrup as well as some ketchup, so there's some extra added calories on top. Now, some of you may think I'm weird for putting ketchup on my eggs. I know my wife does, but oh well, I like it. It tastes good. And I also have a glass of water here. I don't need to finish that, but I have that just in case. Helps when things go down a little bit easier. And I got 20 minutes to eat all of this food. Water doesn't count, so everything on this plate has to be gone in 20 minutes or the challenge fails. And with that, I don't have a name for this challenge. Maybe it's the breakfast stack challenge or something like that. If you have a better name, put it down in the comments. If you go ahead and try this challenge, also put it in the comments. Let me know your time, how much you ate, and if there's anything you think I should add to this challenge in the future, let me know. I will try and be getting my wife to do this with me, maybe a few of my friends or cousins or something like that, but it would be fun to try this again after this initial test run. This is my first eating challenge that I'll be doing, and so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. All right, now before starting the timer, I definitely know I'm gonna want some syrup on this, so let's go ahead and pour some syrup right on the top there. Let's also, syrup for my finger. Let's get some ketchup in there as well, because I know I'll want that. Put it over here. There we go. All right, and just a little forewarning, this is gonna be messy. I probably won't be eating the most graciously I ever have. Probably gonna be using my hands a lot just to get things down. But I'm probably gonna start with the stuff that's warm, so like the eggs and the bacon, just so it doesn't get cold over time, because I don't really wanna be eating cold eggs, whereas waffles would probably taste better. All right, let's go ahead, let's get started. First things first, let's make some egg sandwiches. Put some of these on there. Timer's already going. Fold that up, dip it in some ketchup.
Okay, so my first food challenge here, I really had no idea what I was getting myself into. I didn't know if this was gonna be really hard, really easy, but it seemed like quite a bit of food, seemed like a good place to start, and so I went ahead and gave it my best shot. Now, as far as the food itself goes, it was all actually pretty tasty. I had to make sure to cook it in the right order. That way it all came out of like the oven or the stove or even the waffle maker at the same time. Made sure it was all really hot, nice and fresh, and didn't let it sit out too long because eating cold breakfast food isn't my favorite. But these sandwich things that I made are actually really, really tasty. Simple toast, eggs, bacon, and a little bit of ketchup. Now, some of you may not like ketchup on your eggs, think that's pretty weird, but it really actually gave it some good flavor, made it taste pretty good, helped it get down, and made the sandwiches not so dry, especially since I'm eating so many of them. A lot of carbs, specifically in toast, would make that pretty hard. But as you can see here, I'm now on my 3rd breakfast sandwich, so getting those down pretty quickly. Those were actually definitely the easiest part of the challenge. Super easy to get down, pretty lightweight, nothing too dense or crazy, lots of different flavors in there. So they were actually pretty enjoyable to eat. Not too much chewing needed really, so it kind of helped with the time. And as you can see here, we're making a pretty good dent on this plate, getting through it pretty quickly, and there's actually some hope for this challenge.
Okay, made it through most of the eggs, bacon, and toast. A little bit left. Gonna save that for the end because getting through this stack of waffles is gonna be so hard for me. I struggle eating a lot of waffles and pancakes, a lot of sweet food really. I love savory food, and so I'm gonna save some of that for the end, try to get through some of these and see how much of a dent I can make in. About 5 minutes in now, so a little bit longer to go. Really just try to get a rest, catch my breath. I don't do this often, if ever, and so really, I don't know the best strategies behind this, but I'm just kind of going at it.
Now, getting into these waffles is where the real challenge started. Not a huge fan of waffles, pancakes, things like that in general, and not that I don't like them, but really I feel like they don't fill me up, but I also can't eat that many of them. Maybe because they're so thick, maybe it's the sugariness with all the syrup, but they're kind of hard for me to eat, and I've never been good at eating waffles and pancakes, and so trying to get all of these down was definitely a challenge. As you can see here, I've already started slowing down. I know this clip is sped up, but really, at the end of the day, these waffles took a big hit and were probably the biggest hurdle, and kind of even like a confidence killer. I thought I was making really good headway up until this point, thought I was doing really good, wasn't feeling full at all, but once I got these sugary, thick waffles into my mouth, I started to slow down quite a bit, and so you see here, here, I switched back to making some more breakfast sandwiches, get some more savory food in my mouth. Really trying to just break up what I was doing because I was not making a dent through those waffles. And so going back to these sandwiches, feeling good again, made my stomach feel a little bit better. Maybe I just don't do good with sugary foods a ton. May have to try this again with just a lot more savory food, but was able to kind of eat that sandwich, get it down, and it was actually pretty tasty, and I wish I had a few more of those because they were really good. And also, I feel like it would have been more impressive if I ate a lot more of those sandwiches and kind of left the waffles off the plate. There we have it. Was able to finish that last sandwich, and getting back into the waffles, I was just kind of thinking there like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through this? I was already starting to kind of feel nauseous just thinking about eating those waffles, and I was like, all right, I got to do it. I got to at least finish one, make it through, drink some water. That definitely helped make me feel a little bit better. Opened up some room in my stomach, and I was like, all right, let's get back into this. And so going there, getting this waffle, I was thinking about putting more syrup on them, but I was like, you know what? I have to fight that battle. Am I going to have more sugary food, which probably isn't helping a ton with this challenge, or do I have to have a dry waffle? And so it was definitely a thinker for me, and I just decided, all right, no syrup, let's just go with this waffle, see if I can get it down. And you can see there, I am just struggling at this point. I'm taking so long to chew just with the smallest of bites, trying to get the rest of that waffle into my mouth, and it's just not working out. And it's at this point that I was just like, nope, this isn't happening. I can't go any further. I don't even think I can finish this waffle. If I forced it down my mouth, maybe I could, but at the end of the day, this is kind of where I thought it was the end. You can see here that it's taking over a minute just to eat this last quarter of the waffle, and that's when I knew it wasn't good. It's not going down, and this challenge is not going to be completed, at least today, maybe in the future. But here's where I realized that, like, nope, I'm done. We're calling it quits. Giving it a last thought. Can the food settle in? Can I make more room? But at the end of the day, nope, it's not happening. We're done. Thank you. See you next time.
I think that's it for me. I know I still had a little over 5 minutes left, but I cannot take another bite. I feel so sick already. I was doing fine with the breakfast sandwiches things, but once I got into these waffles, it just did not go well. I don't super love waffles and pancakes in the first place, but after eating a lot of food and then trying to down them, I could not do it. They are so thick and solid. Like, these are big waffles, if you haven't noticed. I ate 3/4 of one. So, yeah, a lot of food. I think, like, realistically, if I had more eggs and bacon, like, I could probably eat another couple breakfast sandwiches. Like, I feel like I could fit those in. But with these waffles, like, I can't take another bite. But there we have it. I failed my first unofficial food eating challenge, the breakfast stacker. I got through a little over half the food. I think this is 2 1/4 waffles left. So that's roughly about 1150 100 calories. 1,100 calories, 1,150 calories left over. So I ate a little bit more than half of the food on this plate. Pretty good. I'm not disappointed with myself. I just expected that I'd be able to do more. Definitely a lot of food. Like, this is probably like the amount that I actually ate is probably how much food I eat in a normal day anyway. So I was kind of like trying to double that in one sitting, which is a lot. But yeah, I may go ahead and try this again. Maybe something a little different, maybe different foods, but I'll go ahead and bring someone along with me. That way we can kind of compare and see how well I do compared to another person. Maybe I'll do well, maybe not. I never thought of myself as a person who could eat a lot of food. Like, yeah, back when I was in high school playing soccer for multiple hours a day, I definitely ate a lot more. But these days, you know, not a ton. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. It was kind of a fun little thing to film, cook up all this food and try and eat as much of it as I could. Just a little thing that I like to do. I thought it'd be fun, so I did it. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, and I'll see you guys next time.